Have you ever wanted to travel at speeds of upwards of 250 blocks per second, kill someone with full protection for netherite armor in one hit, or create a trap that is so robust and effective that there is no way to escape it no matter what items you have without outside help? If you wanted to do anything, this video is for you. For today's epic video, we'll be reviewing 10 of the most overpowered Minecraft tricks that are way too powerful and will revolutionize your Minecraft experience, elevating it to levels your friends can't even dream of achieving themselves. Before getting into the video, would you mind checking whether you're subscribed? It takes less than 10 seconds to do, and if you do subscribe, it would really help get my content out to more amazing people such as yourself. I only have 35 subscribers as of writing the script, which is absolutely nothing. If you're feeling extra generous, liking the video would also go a long way. Hey, thanks for doing that. Now that my subscriber account has increased by 1, let me lead you head first into the rest of today's epic video. Number 10. One shot. Did you know that it is possible to deal 34 damage points in only one hit? I bet you didn't, but how? Turns out that by pairing a Harming 2 arrow with a Power 5 bow, it is possible to deal 34 damage in one devious snipe. And if you don't believe me, I have proof. To demonstrate this trick to all of you watching this video, I've enlisted the help of my good friend Galaxy5788, who will be donning full netherite armor and then reporting how much damage is dealt by first a normal shot from unenchanted bow, then a normal arrow on a Power 5 bow, and finally a tipped arrow from Harming 2 on a Power 5 bow. First, the unenchanted bow is a normal arrow. Results are in. Galaxy is still at 9.5 hearts. That's something, but we can do better. Now let's add Power 5 to our bow, take our aim, and fire. 2.5 hearts, so that's what I'm talking about. We can still do better, much better. Finally, let's really step up our game. It's time to add the final nail in the coffin, the Harming 2 tipped arrow on 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 hearts? That's a lot of damage, especially considering the Galaxy's full netherite armor equipped. To deal that much damage is unheard of. No wonder this trick is on this list. Wait, one more thing before we move on to the next item on today's list, more specifically how to obtain the tipped arrows mentioned above. As it happens, Fletcher villagers have a 2 in 3 chance to trade a tipped arrow of a random variety at their master level, and with enough either luck or patience, in addition to a few rounds of zombification, you can get them to trade the renowned tipped arrow of Harming 2 for the low price of a single emerald and 5 arrows for 5 tipped arrows. Number 9. Crystallized blood. But believe it or not, tipped arrows of Harming 2 aren't even the most powerful weapon you can use in Minecraft, not even the highest damage you can deal in one hit. In fact, it isn't even close. Introducing a type of combat like nothing ever seen before, neither melee nor range. A type of combat that is unique to the game of Minecraft. A type of combat initially used primarily on 2v2t and other anarchy servers, and then popularized by Mumbo Jumbo during the Hermitcraft Season 8 series. That's right, we are talking about Crystal PvP, a style of combat like no other. Placing end crystals in type of either bedrock or obsidian, and then detonating them is how this style of combat works. It is an art, a style of combat refined over many, many years of slow revision. One that is able to kill even the most stacked players in seconds, leaving all other forms of combat in the dust. But how powerful exactly is this form of combat? Let's try it out in our good friend Galaxy5788. Placing our obsidian below her feet and then placing the crystal on this obsidian, we detonate it. KO. But we're not done with these end crystals quite yet. Next, she dons full protection for netherite armor, the best possible armor in the game. Crystal is down. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Another KO. Not even full protection for netherite armor can save you from the pure and unbridled wrath of end crystals in crystal PvP. 8. The ultimate Minecraft weapon. Believe it or not, we can go one step further than even end crystals in terms of damage, introducing arrow cannons. As demonstrated by YouTube user JVSTWHITEVOID, it's possible to build a Minecraft railgun of sorts that can deal virtually infinite damage in one shot and an equally infinite number of shots per second. Basically, the damage done by arrows is based on what speed the arrow is traveling at, and this damage is uncapped, meaning that if you were somehow able to accelerate an arrow to insanely high speeds, you would be able to deal hundreds of damage in one shot. Using a combination of TNT and bubble columns, it's possible to launch arrows forward, killing stacked players in a matter of seconds. But to add icing to the cake, we don't have to restrict the cannon to just one arrow at a time. As it happens, it is possible to shoot dozens of arrows into the bubble column at the same time, The arrows won't interrupt one another, and your computer's performance is the only limit of how many. And then use the cannon to launch all of the arrows you insert at the same time, meaning that not even shields and totems of undying can save your opponents from this gruesome fate. Number 7. Prison Killer. What if I told you that there's a way to trap someone so hard that there is no way for them to escape without outside help? You'd probably think I was kidding, but you would be wrong. Pandora's Vault, Poseidon's Vault, Hades' Vault, Gaia's Vault. Each prison is embedded in the last and is claimed to be inescapable just to be cracked. Over and over and over again. Man, I probably sound like Mithridates right now. But the cycle ends today, for I know a way to abuse game mechanics to make a prison that is impossible to escape from on your own, no matter what items you smuggle in or how many times you die inside of it. Meet the End Trap. As it turns out, if you set your spawn directly below the end portal and then place blocks all around your bed, the game will spawn you inside the end portal, sending you to the end every time you respawn. Thus, you can never break the bed, and since neither beds nor respawn anchors work in the end dimension, you can't alter it either, trapping you in the end dimension for all of eternity. Add a few Elder Guardians in a chunk ban system, and you have yourself a truly inescapable prison. 6. Manipulating mob spawn. This one I am admittedly reusing from an earlier video of mine, but just because of how insanely powerful it is. I mean, you can literally make mobs spawn at insanely high frequencies and leave mobs in a state of unloaded limbo where they will never despawn just by lowering your render distance. Basically, mobs spawn relative to a player with an invisible spear within a 128 block or 8 chunk radius, but only in loaded chunks. Thus, by turning down your render distance, you reduce the number of chunks that are loaded, forcing mobs to spawn insanely high frequencies in the chunks that are loaded. This trick can also be used to stop mobs from despawning, for all non-persistent mobs usually despawn when outside of the spawning sphere, they do not if in unloaded chunks. Thus, this trick can be used to preserve mobs that otherwise despawn. Overall, it is an amazingly powerful yet underused trick that will take your Minecraft endeavors and turn them up to a 10. Number 5. One with the Turtles. In Minecraft, it is possible to, in survival mode, survive the explosion of the charged creeper or end crystal to the face without use of golden apples, totems of undying, or shields, and it's all possible due to a potion that most people don't even realize exists, the potion of Turtle Master. Brewed with the turtle shell, this overpowered potion can give the player resistance 4, which is enough to more than halve all damage. But this power doesn't come without several drawbacks. First, in addition to resistance 4, this potion gives you the slowness 6 status effect, which makes walking slower than sneaking currently is without the potion, virtually invalidating sprinting as a travel method at all. Instead, you will have to travel in another way, such as riding a horse, teleporting by use of ender pearls, or using a Riptide 3 trident. Second, these potions only last for 20 seconds, so they can only practically be used in the climax of any battle, though they are very definitely helpful in PvP and are a way to easily kill players without losing health, giving them crystals to the face. And third, it is expensive. To brew just 3 of these potions, you need a turtle shell, which is crafted with 5 scoots, and the scoots can only be obtained when a baby turtle turns into an adult. However, in spite of these drawbacks, these potions can revolutionize combat, especially crystal PvP, giving you a significant edge over your opponents. 4. Duplication, but an intended feature. Everyone knows about duplication within Minecraft, the collection of exploits that allow you to turn one item into multiple of the same item is looked down upon by the majority of the Minecraft community, and thus is not abused frequently, and rightfully so. What if I told you that there is a Mojang approved and implemented way of duplicating items that does not use any exploits? You may not believe me, but I am telling the truth. And no, this method does not involve any automated farms. Everyone knows villagers, the Minecraft Squidwards, that were perfectly fine until they got updated, in quotes, in the Minecraft 1.14 Village and Pillage update, transforming them into super overpowered, get anything emerald vending machines that are not balanced at all, and nothing but annoying to manage. But there is one particular unknown and underutilized quirk about librarian villagers that take this up philosophy to a whole new level. It is no secret that zombifying and killing villagers repeatedly lowers their prices to insanely low levels. Even 1 emerald for an item, or only 1 item for an emerald. And librarians have 2 otherwise unassuming traits that together allow you to duplicate emeralds when a villager is zombified. 1 is 9 emeralds for a bookshelf, reduced to 1 with proper zombification, and The other is 3 books for 1 emerald, reduced to only 1 when put through the zombie clapper. Turns out that if you buy a bookshelf for 1 emerald, break with a non-silk touch tool, and then sell the books it breaks into back to the same villager, you can turn 1 emerald into 3, essentially duplicating the emeralds. Number 3, kinda sus. There is a hidden superfood within Minecraft that has the ability to take a starving player all the way up to 6.5 shanks of hunger and a player on 1 heart up to 9. Back in Virgin Minecraft 1.14, an unassuming item called Suspicious Stew is added to the game for the purpose of teaching players that the lily of the valley flower was poisonous in real life. Crafted like mushroom stew with the flour added to the crafting recipe, Suspicious Stew had a different effect depending on what flour it was crafted with. Of course, the lily of the valley inflicted poison, but there are actually quite a few additional interesting stat effects that you'll only get from Suspicious Stew, such as blindness from Azure Bluette, the only way to get that status effect in survival mode. Among these was saturation, putting a dandelion or blue orchid into the soup. This relatively unknown status effect gives the player insanely high levels of saturation during its duration, in addition to storing missing hunger bars. For those who don't know, saturation is a hidden statistic that defines how quickly the player generates health, so the saturation status effect also regenerates insane amounts of health. The only disadvantage is in its cheap effect and underrated superfood is that it does not stack, but apart from that, it is easily the best food item in the game, better than even enchanted golden apples, golden carrots, or cooked pork chops. 2. Silent Night. Any difficulty can be turned into virtually peaceful mode by building a simple machine known as the mob switch. The machine takes the mob cap and be activated at any time with the flick of a lever, stopping all mobs from spawning in your world. And all you need is 70 either withers or shulkers, Minecraft's 2 naturally persistent mobs, all captured and in the same chunk. There are many tutorials on how to build them on YouTube, and although they are extremely expensive, to many their benefits outweigh their costs. I mean, you can literally build a machine that stops all mob spawning in the world. What's not to like? There are only 2 shortcomings, the machine being first that it only works in the dimension you build it in, and second, a handful of mobs can spawn anyway under certain conditions, being shulkers at end cities, the Ender Dragon, piglins and piglin brutes and bastions, drowns at ocean ruins, zombie villagers at ruined villages, elder guardians at ocean monuments, vindicators and evokers in woodland mansions, any mob spawned in a raid, and any mob spawned by means of a monster spawner. However, apart from these few exceptions, no mobs will ever spawn in your world again, as long as the machine is on, meaning that no normal guardians will spawn in ocean monuments, and that during the night, no mobs will spawn and try to kill you. That is pretty incredible. Number 1. Faster than sound. Over 300 blocks per second. That's how fast you can travel in Minecraft with the right setup. That is equivalent to 1,080 kilometers per hour, or for those of you who use the Imperial system, very slightly over 671 miles per hour. That's faster than a standard passenger jet, and that can be achieved with only 2 items and an enchantment. As mentioned above, you need 2 things, the first being a pair of elytra, and the second being a trident enchanted with the Riptide 3 enchantment, allowing you to propel yourself through water with ease. Then, the only thing left to do is wait for the sky to turn gray and for drops of blue to come falling. Your journey begins today. It's time to fly up and away, just tilt your head skyward and play as the rain, it falls all around you. And repeatedly charge and release your trident. In no time, you'll be flying with the geese in the sky, hell-bent to arrive wherever your destination may be. You'll be there in absolutely no time at all. For every player, the tall and the small can come together and save themselves from a long walk or fight. You came just the same with extreme and unmatched haste to relieve your friends scratching their heads and crying boo-hoo. So, there you have it. 10 of the most overpowered Minecraft tricks that, mark my words, will revolutionize the future of the game. Ending off with a bit of poetry that turned into a sly reference. This video was the result of taking the time and effort I spend on each and every one of these videos and turning it up to a 10. Thus you probably really enjoyed the video, right? If you did, or didn't, please just quickly move your mouse over and tap the big red subscribe button in addition to liking, sharing my, dare I say, underrated content out to all your friends, fans, and family. With that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.